Today we're going to be learning how to make an easy rain gauge from everyday materials that you have at home. And with this rainy season in Bexar County, everyone needs one of these rain gauges to keep for weather diaries. So the first thing you are going to need is an empty 2-liter bottle like this, some white tape or tape that you can write on and you can read information from. And then you're also going to need a ruler that has centimeters so we can create our gauge, and scissors to cut. I also have some box cutters here that I like to use, and you can use them if you have a parent around to help you get a really safe cut. And then we also have some pre-made Jello here that is going to act as our base in our rain gauge. So let's get started. I like to keep the label on these to kind of act as a guide to figure out where I'm going to cut. And once you kind of got the holes going in there, you can switch over to your scissors. Okay, great. And now that you have your cut made perfectly at those 2/3 of the way, you can now remove your label. And then if you haven't already, remove the top. Before you set this on top, you're going to want to compensate for these little incisions at the bottom of the bottle. This is when your Jello comes in handy. What you're going to do is pour in that Jello so that it creates a flat base. So I'm kind of doing a lot, but that's because we really want to see where our rain gauge starts and ends. We're going to want to let this sit in the fridge for up to 4 hours so that that Jello sets as a solid and it provides a really strong base for our waters to sit on top of. And once that's on there, we can secure it with some of our tape. Fold that down nice and neatly. So you want to set that to the side while you get your rain meter together. So for this gauge, we are going to be using centimeters. So I've already cut a piece of tape about the size of our rain gauge, and you're just going to set it up at the bottom and make your marks on every centimeter. And we'll go all the way up to 20 centimeters. So 1 at the bottom and then 20 at the top. And then what you're going to do is you're going to set your tape, the base of your tape, right where the Jello solid starts. And we went a little over, but that's okay. We can just cut that top part off. And then you can continue to just add the rest of your numbers. So now we're going to place this in the fridge and let that Jello set at the bottom so that we have a hard flat surface to collect our rainwater on. Once the Jello sets, you're going to set this up outside, and we recommend digging a small hole in the ground and placing the rain gauge inside that hole and burying a little bit of dirt around it so that it doesn't move with the wind and it stays straight up in order to collect that rainwater. And it's really, really nice to have a weather diary and every day just kind of make observations about the amount of rain that is happening or that is not happening. I'm really excited to see what kind of data we can collect from our homemade rain gauges.